Mr. Eric Martin up on stage right now.
Oh, God.
Oh
You know what?
Ah!
goodness.
Rock and roll is easier than this crap. Yeah.
How's it going, man?
It's going okay. I went to the doctors. You want to hear that?
Yeah, why not?
Oh, dude,
Different, why not?
no, I just went to the doctors. Uh, I went to a doctor in Sao Paulo, Brazil, because I was feeling out of breath and no energy, and but my voice felt great. Thank you, Phil. Woohoo! But I just didn't feel like I had energy. My health wasn't very good. So anyway, they did all these tests and EKG and checked out my heart and everything. And that's what I was worried about the most because I've been getting like these like heart palpitations once in a while. I think it's from stress,
Oh.
anxiety, a lot of jet lag, lot, God, man. I
Life on the road, right?
life on the road, but I kept saying to all these promoters, okay, well, we can book you here and we can book you there. And I go, yeah, yeah, sure. Anything you want. Yeah, okay, let's go, let's go. And then I checked out the calendar and I was like, oh my God, man, I'm everywhere. And that's a good thing. And I'm not crying about it,
Yeah.
but there was no pacing. It was 11 days after the Mr. Big tour ended, or the Mr. Big life ended on February 25th, 8 o'clock in the morning and 19. No, no, no. But February 25th, it crushed me, but it was inevitable. It had to happen. Um, why did it have to happen? I don't know really why it had to happen, but I think the Pat Torpey thing was
Yeah.
kind of crazy. Going through all these drummers and stuff. Nick DiVirgilio was our last drummer. He was great. And then we had another guy who I just loved. I championed him. I think he's still one of the greatest drummers of all. His name is Edu Comanado
Yeah.
Yeah, we know. Yeah.
from Brazil. Woohoo! Get
Great. Great dude. Great dude.
Uh,
votes for Brazil. Anyway,
Yoo-hoo.
yeah, he's a great drummer, and oh man, nobody plays take cover like this guy, if you're
Wow.
a Mr. Big fan.
Yeah.
So, but Pat Torpey, he was our guy, he's our bro, our brother. And so he's not there anymore. And then I think Paul, my understanding, Paul really wanted to just spend like a lot more time with his family. Billy Burke probably just got sick of me. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. Um, I mean, to be truthful, I mean, not to be, look, everybody got along totally great in the end. There was hugs and kisses, and so far, I mean, like that was February. I've been checking out the blabbermouths and all the little interview things that people talk about and what people say behind our backs or whatever, and nothing was said. And even from a band member standpoint, everything was good and everything was amicable. We moved on. Anyway, my point is, uh, everybody went home after Japan, February 25th. And then, 11 days later, I was in, where was I? South America. I went to, not South America, I went to Brazil and toured with Jeff
Yeah.
Scott Soto.
Yeah.
And that was great. And then, like, 2 days later, I was in England playing acoustic guitar with my partner in crime. This guy, this fabulous guitar player, David Cottrell, great singer too. And him and I did all over England. And then I came home, and then I was maybe home for like a month. And then I went right back out again and did like acoustic shows and stuff. Anyway, yeah. And then just recently, I just got back from China, Malaysia, uh, the Philippines, Singapore, Hong Kong, which is part of China. They don't really know yet. Um,
I love it,
Thai
man.
Thailand, just pretty much everywhere, man. And when I got home, I had the worst jet lag. And then I realized, okay, I got a birthday. Like October 10th was my birthday, and I'm definitely getting older. And I haven't felt older in the last few years. But man, the jet lag killed me. And I was going, why is it killing me now? Because I'm an old man, for God's sake, you know? So yeah. So
Yeah.
I went to
You
this
defy
doctor.
logic, man.
What?
You defy
Yeah.
logic.
Yeah. So I went to this doctor and he checked me out and we're going to do all these blood tests. And he goes, well, what do you want to see happen? I go, fuck, give me everything. Give me every test. And he even asked me, he goes, are you making money on this little rock? Like he doesn't know what I really do. I said I play in this band called Mr. Big. And he immediately says, oh, Sex in the City? And I go, no, man, that's the actor Chris Noth
Another
who
big.
plays Sex in the
Yeah,
City. And
not a big, yeah.
yeah, totally different vibe, bro. And he goes, yeah, we have a couple rock and rollers in my, that I see. And I go, okay. So yeah, Mr. Big, been around for like 35 years. Um, and I travel a lot. I even had to do some passport thing the other day, and I had to go through my last passport to find out where I was last year. You know how you gotta stamp
Damn,
all
too
Yeah,
many
all
over.
the
stamps.
And I pulled out this drawer and had like six passports, and one of them had
holy
like extra pages. So it was like, here's this many passports.
a book. Yeah.
So yeah, I've been on around the world and yeah, man, for many, many years. And he goes, oh, well, yeah. Well, what would I have heard from you? It totally reminds me. Sorry, I'm taking this time to just talk all
This is for you, man.
want to. But
There's, yeah.
yeah, when the doctor's asking me, so who are you? Who are you? What do you do? It reminds me of every time I'm on an airplane and somebody goes, you look like you're in a band. What do you do? Do it. And if they don't know you, you get frustrated, and then all of a sudden you're like, I swear to God, in the middle of a couple glasses of wine, I'm the one who wants to. You know. So,
Fantastic, dude. Fantastic.
yeah, I didn't sing the song to my doctor, who who looks exactly like Michael McDonald from
Wow.
the Doobie Brothers. But yeah, anyway, I went
Well,
to the
if he
doctor.
would give some glasses of wine, maybe. Like on the
I can totally see because the guy was totally cool. He was like kind of into holistic medicine as well.
Next
And
time, just tell me, can I do some?
exactly. Oh, you're not going to crack that bottle? When are you going to crack that bottle? When you get a ship to, crack it? Okay, forget
Yeah,
it.
yeah. Well, actually, I'm not drinking today, but tomorrow, yeah.
Right on, right on. I don't know if you folks out there that know Phil Lima. He's a great singer, but he's also my teacher. He's
Yeah.
my vocal guru. He's helped me so many times when I tour in South America. He's like he has his partner in crime, Fausto, and they go, Fausto is like, how do I describe Fausto, Phil? He's kind of like he's so animated and so like just I mean, dude, it's like getting Phil Lima, rock and roll, heavy metal singer, and then Fausto, he's like, like a doctor, but then he's
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
and then like doing his magic, and Phil's like, me, 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 me. But like, yeah. I enjoy your guys' help.
I'm really glad you liked the experience with us, like taking care of your
Oh,
voice and you felt
dude,
good afterwards.
you're magical. You're magical, man. Every time we have, sometimes I go, oh God, let's get to it. Like what, and then lead singers. It's almost like uh mentally taking your clothes off because if you have to go me la 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 la, you do your exercises and then you got like these two guys going, no, put your head down, do this, no, do the bed, stand up straight, and they're touching your, they're going, no, push your diaphragm in. I'm like, oh, am I not singing properly? And they're going, no, you're not, and you haven't been for quite some time. So teaching me how to be a better me is hard sometimes, But I appreciate it. I feel naked sometimes. I keep going back to that naked. I feel naked because I'm having to do all these vocal things, and it doesn't
Yeah.
sound like singing. Because when I meet people because I knew of you guys, but I didn't know you, and I'm meeting you for the first time and I feel like, oh shit, should I be performing for these guys? Because that's just kind of like what you do. Like, am I going, like say if it goes la 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 la, do I go la 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 la, like put a little vibrato on it? And they're going, no, 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 don't do that. Just be yourself. And it's hard. It was hard to do that because I don't know. I didn't feel comfortable. And look, I trust you with everything now. Hey, you can see me naked mentally and physically anytime you want.
And besides what Phil and Fausto taught you, do you do something to maintain your vocal range during the tours, and do you do
Doing,
any exercise?
yeah, well, I do their exercise. I mean, I try to do because they have a lot of breathing exercises and and then short little things. I can't look, I'm a little I just don't put me on the spot and tell you exactly what they are right now.
Right,
But
right, right.
but trust me, I've written them down. I've actually videoed them helping me while
Nice.
my sh- while my shirt's off. Woohoo! Anyway, um, but yeah, and I do that, and then look, it was really a difficult year for me in 2024 with Mr. Big. 2023, 2024. 25 wasn't bad, but those couple years, I had like 5 shows that I know I was terrible at. Um, well, no, not. I had like 2 shows that I was terrible at, and 3 shows I had to bring out. Hey, man, this is so weird that any lead singer ever would do this. I mean, I got some backlash, but then but more people that wrote me said, wow, what a brave thing and a cool thing to do. So I got this friend of mine is a keyboard player and singer for Whitesnake,
Wow.
Michele
Well,
Luppi. I indirectly got him in the band. Yeah, David Coverdale. Yeah, through channels, I helped him get in the band. So um, Michele, it also used to have a band called Mr. Pig, which was like a Mr. Big tribute band, but they also did like a lot of songs from the 90s. They still play. Um, but like, and then he joined Whitesnake and he's a vocal teacher as well. But I called him because he was in Mr. Pig and I said, hey, look, I'm having trouble. I talked to the guys in the band, which is Billy and Paul, and said, look, I don't want to cancel these next 3 or 4 shows. And one was in Paris, and maybe I don't remember the other 2, but it was like a really big one in England at KK's place, KK. from Judas Priest.
Kick it down.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and that was a really, really big one because that was the first time we're going to ever play there. But then, uh, the what is it? The Bataclan in Paris, and that
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
really,
Batman.
yeah, so important. And the other one, I can't remember what it was. I don't remember where it was, but it was like three. Oh shit! I think it was in London, and three very important shows. And I felt like I wanted to cancel because no singer. God, first of all, if you even feel like canceling because you've got your sore throat, the mental problems that you're going to have from your rock and roll band going, are you kidding me? Oh my God, the pressure and the stress from
Yeah.
Billy Sheehan and Paul Gilbert and our management going like this. First of all, the look is this. Wow.
It's a nightmare, man.
Yeah, yeah. And then it's like, oh, fuck, you just not taking care of yourself. And the looks and the nobody talks to you. You're in the back of the tour bus going, I'm alone. It's terrible.
Yeah.
And, but yeah, nobody wants to cancel. And I only canceled one show on the whole tour of like 2 years. But those three shows, I was freaking out. So I called Michele, and he came out, and I specifically said, okay, I want you to shadow me. I want you to sing because I sing lead vocals, but I also sing harmonies as well. So I said, I want you to sing the harmonies, jump into the fire, keep our love alive and kicking. I want you to do all that stuff. I'll be it. Daddy, you brother, not daddy brother, but like you're looking for, like that kind of stuff, harmonies.
Yeah.
And and then also and shadow me in a couple leads because I'm gonna get really burnt out after
Yeah.
24 songs. So we did it for 3 shows and I got backlash, but like I said, man, people were like, what the hell? Good. Whoa, I've never seen a singer do that before. Look, I had to do it. It's you can't cancel.
It was
A
a
lot of
survival
you can't,
matter or something
yeah,
like that.
man. No,
It's a
you can't
big of a
cancel.
hassle also for the band, for the producers and everything. But at the
Yeah.
same time, there's your health, right? I mean,
Well, it helped
yeah,
me a lot that he did that because
yeah,
he left. I had like more shows. I had Scotland and and then I was able to almost get a rest even performing. Do you
awesome.
understand you know what I mean?
It kept you going better, and I believe
Yeah.
that mentally as well, right? Because
Yes, mentally as well, brother.
Give you some
Yeah.
confidence.
And even when it came out, uh Billy was concerned with like, should he actually be on stage with us? And I go, yeah. I mean, what are we trying to hide here? You know? And so, look, I've done this my whole life. I'm really comfortable in my shoes. I'm really good.
Yeah,
I'm great when I'm
yes,
when I'm healthy. And when like even like when when Richie Kotzen got in the band years ago after Paul Gilbert left, uh, I remember Billy and Pat were saying like, "Dude, you're the lead singer. Why are you doing, sharing vocals with this guy?" And I go, "Because he's a great singer." And I go, "Why waste his talent where
yeah,
it could help us in the long run?" Paul Gilbert's left. We're going to have to reinvent our wheel, basically
yeah,
reinvent Mr. Big. So I thought of this idea where there was a group years ago in the 60s called the Righteous Brothers.
yeah.
You've lost that love and feeling. Um, it was Bill Medley. I can't remember the other guy. Ugh, bums me out that I can't. But I looked at me and Richie Kotzen as those two guys, like two lead singers in a band. I'm comfortable in my shoes. I'm all good about it. I know who I am. I'm the lead singer of Mr. Big. And if I share lead vocals in about 4 or 5 songs or whatever it is with Richie Kotzen, so be it. So it's the same thing I felt when I brought Michele Luppi out to shadow me on stage, he felt he was like, wow, this is weird that I'm up here, but I'm like, no, man, dude, you're not gonna be hiding behind the curtain. We're doing this together.
Yeah.
And yeah, it made me better, definitely, on the next shows. And I paced myself, and I mean, it was hard, man. I mean, I had a lot of mishaps. Oh
Yeah.
man. So yeah, to end that, yeah, you said that it was pretty brave of me to do that, and it was, man. I mean, to
Yeah.
even talk about it. But not, I don't look at it like that because I have nothing to hide.
Yeah.
I did it for the band, so
Yeah.
we didn't have to cancel. And I mean, I look back on it and I'm like, I go, what? Some people are like, man, he can't sing anymore.
Yeah.
You play your whole life and you do like, I don't know how many shows we did, over 100, and it was way over 100. I mean, like 2 years of touring, right? So
Yeah.
Yeah.
you go, oh, he sucks. He's terrible now, dude. Chill out. I love those guys who live with their, no offense, because South Americans live with their parents, but it's an American probably who lives with his parents in the basement and playing video games all day long and going, he sucks, and whatever. No aspirations in life. But most people went, wow, good job, Eric Martin. Thanks for keeping the Mr. Big train going, and not getting derailed off the tracks. So
Yeah.
yeah, I would have loved to done London for the last time by myself, but I did it with Michele, and it was great. I loved it.
Yeah, and it only shows how mature and how self-confident you are about yourself, because it's not an easy decision to do, and it shows you're a very humble person who is willing to give Michele a shot to be with you. No, it wasn't.
Pun intended.
It wasn't premeditated. I swear. I
First of all,
swear.
It wasn't pun intended. Okay. All right. Okay. We're gonna believe you, Phil. We are definitely gonna believe you.
it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, even if it's premeditated or you just said it by accident. You owe me $10.
Yeah. Okay. Gave him a chance to be with you.
Oh, shut up.
My, what a line.
$20 now.
What a line.
So this friend of mine wrote me yesterday. This guy, actually, he's from Argentina. Pablo Garocho, who has played drums with me before. We were in a band. I had a band that I toured in Argentina, and I actually took that band to India. This is many, many years ago. And he was in a store, and he was holding up the video, and I thought, oh, okay, it's going to be To Be With You. But it was an obscure track from one of my solo albums. It was called There Goes the Neighborhood. It was like, I was like in some sort of woman's clothing store. He's waiting there, he's hanging out with his kids, waiting for his wife to shop around. And I'm like, this is weird. And the other day, I shop at a local grocery store. It's called Nugget. And, I get a lot of food there. Can you see my teeth still? Little snap. Well, they were playing Addicted to That Rush, and it's kind of a hippie, holistic medicine and grocery store. Kind of, there's a lot of rich hippies that live in this area, But Addicted to That Rush, I couldn't believe it. Anyway, yeah.
By the way, this is a song I really love. Oh, one of my favorite.
Yes, fucking amazing.
Yeah, go on. Sorry, I just have to
No.
let it out of my heart.
No, first of all, I'm gonna be quiet.
No,
So you can
we're
come.
here
No,
to
please,
listen to you.
please.
The folks are
please.
not here to listen
Please,
to us.
No, you don't understand. Let me be quiet so you can compliment me. Go for it. Go.
Oh, Green Tea Excuses Mind, one of
No,
my
no, no,
favorite songs.
Caio, I have an add-on about Addicted to That Rush, which is a
Okay.
technical question, actually.
Yeah.
That big finale, do you do, uh, can you explain how did you figure it out, how to do it on studio? You thought about doing harmonics with a falsetto. Try to explain to the audience what do you think to do that awesome scream. How can you
Oh,
do
dude.
that?
I can't explain the scream, but I totally remember being in the studio. I can see it. I can see it right here. There's Pat, there's Billy, there's Paul, there's me, Kevin Elson, our producer, and Billy had this song like in his early days. He was in this band called Talus, and he had the makings of this style of song. It could have been called something else. He changed the lyrics, whatever. And I remember, Billy already had the lyrics and he was working with the band. And then I go, hey, what do I do? And he goes, nothing, man. Just sing the song, right? It was the first album. And I did it and I didn't alter any melody. And look, it was the only song on that first record. Every song in that first record was written either by me or Paul, but mainly everybody in the band, except Dick That Rush. And I think that to be truthful on that one, I might have added, this is how we worked in our band sometimes. I might have added some little thing to it to get maybe, no, I wasn't looking to get credit or publishing or anything like that, but I might have added something. And then we did like a barter system. If they added some kind of a cool nuance on another song that I had written, maybe we traded. And it was like like I didn't. It's hard. It ask me later in some letters, and I'll tell you all later. Like it's kind of a state secret that I just gave out, but. Yeah, I didn't do I didn't do that much on Dick That Rush, but I felt like I did something. But yeah, I didn't get any credit for that. But like it was that whole breakdown. I watched them create that whole thing. And the scream, look, back in the day, even my early days, I didn't do that scream. But when I got in Mr. Big, somehow full voice I could go, yeah, and when yeah, and this is falsetto kind of. Yeah.
Hmm.
But at full voice, when I did it, every time I did it, my voice cracked, and I was like, I would look around to somebody else in the band. I'm going, "Are you guys singing harmony with this?" But it would be me.
Wow.
It was me. I didn't
It was
even
like
realize
some,
it.
it looks like a polyphonic singing. That's why I asked you if
It,
you did
I
it consciously or is it
no,
just natural, something that just came out?
it was a natural accident.
Wow.
Uh, and it worked every time for like years until
Yeah.
it didn't. That's the thing. And it wasn't age or anything. It's just like wear and tear, burned out. You can't really, I think it's hard for a vocal teacher to even teach a scream. I mean, maybe there are guys like you or whatever that can teach a scream, but like, man, I just did it. I was like, yeah, just did it, and it did a little crack every time I screamed, and it had this like octave or weird harmony. It
Yeah.
wasn't
It
yeah,
looks like
maybe
a polyphonic singing.
yeah. What do you call it?
Polyphonic singing. It's
Oh, is
when
that
you emit
Portuguese?
one note and the note splits in multiple notes. Yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah, is that a Portuguese thing? No, I'm kidding. Uh, oh, no, that's
Actually, Fabio
cool.
Leon, which sings in Angra, does this a lot. Does this kind
Does
of
he?
polyphonic singing a lot. Yeah.
I I totally did not even put any thought in it. Every time I did it, I was just going like I couldn't really hear it when I did it because it was so loud. But when I'd hear it back, it would be like this kind of cool atom split,
It's
and it was
beautiful,
like,
man.
and it worked, and
Yeah.
it was gnarly. It was like somebody was like saying, "That's a gnarly surfing thing that you just did." Well, I couldn't believe that I actually had that ability. But look, screamed like that in Daddy Brother, and I addicted to that rush, especially addicted to that rush for years and years and years. And then all of a sudden, when you don't do it a lot, see that's the thing about singing. If you're
Yeah.
constantly on the road and you're singing, you're like, man, you're on fire. And you shouldn't be talking or smoking or drinking or hanging out with hanging out with people. You need to just shut up and then do your gig, right? Biggest mistake I make all the time. But but when I was on the road, I could do it. I could freaking do it. And then when we'd have these breaks and write for another record, and then we do a tour, and they go, "Okay, let's do this Addicted Rush," and I'm like, "Oh, cool, the scream is there." But after many many years, especially um, in 1996 when Paul left. Maybe it was a traumatic thing. I don't know. But Paul left, and then we got Richie Kotzen, shortly after that. And the scream kind of died down. I didn't do it as
Wow.
much. And then years and years later, after, 5, 6 years before Mr. Big got even to talk again to get back together, I realized, oh shit, I don't have that cool polyphonic, whatever you're calling it, scream. Yeah, kind of bummed me out because you know, younger rock and roll singers, even like I think Dino Jelusic has talked to me about the same thing. He goes, "Oh man, dude, how did you do that? That was amazing." I'm like, "I don't know. I can't find the Holy Grail anymore. I lost
Oh
it
my. You
somewhere."
you can find it because you created it. You're the
Yeah.
man.
Oh, you're look sweet. Thank you. You know, look, before I met you guys, I had a teacher, a vocal teacher, back in the 80s, and I did her demos, or not demos, little cassette tapes, and then when I go, oh, there's something called a CD player. Oh, and then I moved it to CD, and I do this vocal lesson all the time. And then I met you guys, and like I learned so many. Well, I learned, but I can't comprehend all this backwards and poly whatever. I mean, like, yeah, you guys are beyond. What I do want to accomplish in my life as far as a singer, if I'm still around to do it, but um I remember something Steven Tyler told me that he did these vocal lessons where, like when you hear these singers that they sing really quiet and like a technique that don't push so hard on the mic. Like in
Yeah.
my mind, I'm thinking, I mean, I trust my sound engineers sometimes, um, but sometimes I'm thinking, "Ah, they can't hear me. I got to sing harder." And then it burns out my voice and it alters my voice at times. But Steven Tyler had this method where he sang, this is a microphone, by the way. This is not a fist or a hand puppet. Uh,
Okay.
he'd go because like here's Steven Tyler while he's telling me this, he's going doing like his Robert Plant, yeah, push. Here's Tyler too. Every time he talks to you and he's telling you that he was singing a song, he goes, and then he always does this. Oh God, I got stories.
It's
Anyway,
like, well, he
It's
has
the
he,
to
best way to
emulate
describe
the.
it. Yeah.
yeah, hey, really short. He used to come in our dressing room. We toured with Aerosmith in Europe,
Wow.
and I don't remember. I want to say Get a Grip or Permanent Vacation. It was one of those. And he'd come in our dressing room every night with Brad Whitlock, and we'd sing Beatles songs so he could warm up to go out on stage with what was the album that had Living on the Edge?
Eat a
You
grip.
get a grip.
Get a grip. Get a grip.
So that was the
That's
tour,
with Eat the Rich. I had Eat the Rich in my mind.
right? So he'd come in our dressing room and he'd go like this. We'd be like, "Nowhere, man, please listen," and he'd go, "Nowhere." He'd do his thing. It was freaking awesome to hear him sing, but he was like really quiet. "Nowhere, man, please," almost falsetto. But then the sound engineer out front would just crank him up. And he definitely put a little power in certain songs, but some songs like Amazing or the ballads, the one he did for Armageddon. What was that one?
Don't want to miss a
Don't
thing.
Want to Close Your Eyes.
Don't miss.
Oh, brilliant, brilliant. And he'd sing it really mellow, uh, like and almost falsetto, like
He uses like a creaky voice, like
yeah, but it
like
was so
like
powerful.
whispering. But
Yeah,
he
Andre
should
Matos did
get
something like
he
that,
should
didn't
get very
he?
close to the microphone, like I could stay awake,
I know, it was
awake.
brilliant.
It's like
It was
yeah,
unbelievable.
so you have to relax your back muscles in order to not to be so tense, like wake, wake, to do that
Yeah, I
almost
know.
breathy voice.
I have done that in in the studio. I've done a lot of records, with Mr. Big or solo stuff, and I can do that with like, oh man, I have so much. I can totally hear myself. You know how it is, when you're recording. I mean, you got the band somewhere down here, but it's all you. You're the star of the show, and you're doing your thing, and I can capture that on record. But live, I'm always like pushing so hard, and that's what I'm trying to get away from.
Yeah, and it's dangerous for us, even with your busy agenda, right? Lots of
Yeah,
shows, one after the other, and
yeah.
like
Well, I don't have,
you have to get a
yeah,
strategy.
I don't have to look. Like I love it how I'm talking about it now, and like Mr. Big is done, so I don't have like I won't have a schedule for the rest of my life unless I join another band. Kill me.
Yeah.
Uh, no, I mean, look, if there's another rock and roll band out there, I don't know. I never say never, whatever. But at the moment, I'm thinking, oh God, I don't know if I want to go through it. I had great success with Mr. Big, and a lot of ups and downs. Guitar player shifts and drummer gone, and 4 or 5 drummers, in there, and but a lot of touring, a lot of success, and a lot of fans, and everything. But here I am now going, man, I got to learn how to sing properly. Um, but I, but I'm not down for the count. I still have a lot of energy left in me. Um, you know, I'm still part of Avantasia. Toby Salmon is going to freak out even if I read this right now. But he goes,